Good morning, class. So today we are going to study about the sources of income of the municipal corporation. I want you to turn to page number 84 in your history civics textbook. Now, to carry out all the welfare functions that we studied in yesterday's class, like provision for electricity, water, sewage disposal, health services through hospitals, dispensaries and family welfare centers, prevent the spread of communicable diseases, maintain cremation and burial grounds, maintain schools at primary and secondary levels, to organize adult literacy, all such things, maintain roads and bridges. It requires money. So from where does that, or funds, in other terms you can call it the funds, to run local transportation services, to make sure there are proper toilets all around the city. So for what do you need? You need funds. And from where will that fund come? So for that we are going to study about the sources of income. Tax on property from house owners. So all those who own house, they have to pay the house tax once in a year. Tax on business establishments like shops and markets. And the tax is also paid by the businessmen and the market people. Tax on vehicles, you have to pay a tax when you buy any kind of vehicle, car, motorcycle or carriages. You have to pay the water tax also, which you are using because the municipal water is supplied to your home. Then toll tax on certain roads and bridges, that also you know. Octroi on goods entering the city. So this is also, octroi is also a kind of a goods tax which is levied on goods, products which are entering the city. Then fees for issuing birth and death certificates, though it is very minor, the charge which they take is minor, but then it helps. Grants from the state government. The state government also assigns some money for the development of the state, and it is equally or depending on the requirement of a municipal corporation, it is given to them. Now coming to municipal council or Nagar Palika. It is set up for smaller towns. Such bodies are also known as municipal committee, municipal board or municipality. Now composition. The members of a municipality are elected directly by the people of the city, like you and me. For the purpose of election, each city is divided into a number of wards. All the adults of each ward elect one representative called the councillor. These councillors elect a chairperson and a vice chairperson from among themselves. The chairperson, again same as the municipal corporation, presides over the meetings of the municipality and has vast powers. Now, the elected representatives also elect some experienced and eminent citizens who are also known as aldermen, same as in when we are talking about the municipal corporation. Then the state government appoints a commissioner who looks after the general administration of the municipality. So this is the composition. The alderman, the chairperson first of all, and then we have the member, councillors or the members, then they elect the chairperson, then they have the chairperson has immense powers, then from amongst themselves they also elect some experienced eminent citizens as aldermen, and the state government appoints a commissioner. Now the term of office, meaning to say for how long is the municipality elected to office. Some seats in the municipality are reserved for women, members of the scheduled castes, scheduled tribes and the backward classes, just to bring them up in the society, that they are given equal opportunities as the rest of the people. It is elected for a period of 5 years. However, it has some permanent officials, like, who are the permanent officials? Like executive officer, secretary, health officer, sanitary inspector, municipal engineer, education officers, etc. They occupy a permanent post. They are not, their election or their appointment to the post is not affected by the elections taking place around them. Okay, and who they are, these permanent officials, they are appointed by whom? The state government, to control what? To control the administrative affairs of the Nagar Palika. Now we'll quickly go through the difference between a municipal corporation and a municipal committee. Municipal corporation, please write important over there, you should know. Some of the functions are very common between them, but then the composition and all, let us quickly see. Corporation is for a city with a population of 10 lakh and above. Municipal committee for smaller cities. Head of the corporation is known as mayor, whereas municipal committee is known as the chairperson. More powers and more resources because it is working in a bigger city. It has comparatively less powers and fewer sources of revenue. Revenue is income. Okay, the funds which are provided, or then we have deals with the state government directly. Okay, whatever their demands or their criteria, they deal with the state government directly. But when we talk about municipal committee, it deals with the state government through the district administration. So these were the basic differences between both the municipal corporation and the municipal committee. Now, points to remember, children, this is very important because at times we frame questions from here because it is given in a brief manner and it has all the detail. Now, understanding the chapter. The head of the municipality is known as chairperson. Our municipality is elected for 5 years. Then, for municipal elections, the city is divided into wards. Aldermen are the eminent citizens elected as members of municipalities. Toll taxes are collected for the use of roads and bridges. Now, this you can do on your own. So, this is part of your self-study. Please do this on your own. Now, with this, I will end the video. And next class you will get the question answers. All 5-6 question answers I'll upload, and you have to do them neatly in your notebook. Stay safe, stay blessed.